Like STFU, Michael. Now we have I see the Yeti is peeking. What do you, Cindy? What do you? I just got WTF. I can't shit. What is? That's what you get for eating too many burritos. Hello, Taco Bell. Yes, I'd like to punish my butt. Anyways, I'm going to start from the beginning. Hello and welcome. We have. Yes, there we go. We sound great. Hello and welcome to another Monday miniatures painting here at the Cleric Studio. As you can probably tell, things are a little bit different than they were last week. I'm usually joined here by my friend and co-host and the co-owner of Cleric Games, Cindy Munoz, but she's not here. She is out in Eastern Washington doing what she does best, which is being amazing. She's out there with the cleric. They're handling the farm. And I am here with Ben, left to my own devices. And today is my day to shine. I hope. Maybe. As you might have already been able to tell, I did something new with my hair. It's beautiful and lovely and it's invisible. Side note, I just saw that Canada produced a material that bends light around itself, so it's like an invisibility cloak. That's what my hair is. It's made out of Canadian bacon.
My dick fell off.
I do not have the wig on, Cindy. This is my natural hair. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. It's pretty messy. Don't worry, Cindy. I washed my hair before I came in today. Maybe? Good. Anyways, so today I'm going to just kind of stammer on about nonsense. If you guys have questions or a topic that you would like me to discuss, much like we constantly seem to be discussing whether or not a hot dog is a sandwich, which we're not doing today. I've been told that I am banned from discussing hot dogs and sandwiches, for it is awful topic to discuss and things. So I'm going to just kind of stammer on about nonsense. I do not always say that, High Priestess. Scoff. So I'm going to stammer on about nonsense, paint a miniature. We're going to do this for a little while, and then I'm going to leave you guys to doing whatever it is you would like to do. So if you tune in, great. Do we have music playing in the background? Oh, okay. Just like of me, ambient. Yes, we have ambient sounds that you can just listen to while I go here and do the things. So I'm gonna look. I need to look at. Oh wow, there's a lot of glare. Ugh. Doesn't matter. You guys don't need to see this anyways. This is my color palette that I'm using. Doop. All right, so I'm gonna muddle on about the weirdest smell that I've ever smelled. The weirdest smell that I have ever smelled. Do you know what the weirdest smell that I've ever smelled is, Ben? The weirdest smell that I've personally ever smelled is like burnt licorice. It's the worst. It's probably the worst smell maybe the weirdest thing I've ever smelled is like a newborn baby, like fresh. Like that's a strange smell. Like super newborn baby. It's a smell that you probably haven't smelled before, but wow, there's a lot of smells that go into that. It's great. Okay, hold on. I need to figure out my colors. I'm doing Cambion Crimson, Orc Skin. I like the Orc Skin. I think it's a really good gray. Like there's other grays like Lich Skin and Dungeon Stone. But
you forgot to mention somebody.
I forgot to mention someone.
Yeah, that's in the studio.
Oh, I did. The most important person's here, Ahsoka, which I would love to show you if one of the maybe I'll try and pick her up, and we'll put the wig on her. Yeah. Jeez, this wig is warm, Cindy. I don't know how you do it. Anyway, so I need like a blue for his undertone. So I got like like Underdark Indigo.
Alright, here's a question for you. What can you do that no one else can?
Oh my gosh, I can do a lot of things that no one else can do. They're all completely useless.
I was gonna say, if you stay pulling off that wig,
Well, number one, yeah, dude, I look like America's Next Top Model. Okay, so I don't want to do under.
it's such a like Karen. I need to speak to the manager.
Karen, I need to speak to the managing meet. I'm at Forever 21, but I'm like a 47 year old mom who who's got it going on. I've got it going on, ladies, gentlemen, and babies. I'm still looking for a good blue. Maybe Ghost? Ooh, Frost Blue. What about that? I think I like this. Boop. So I think those are gonna be my ooh, look how pretty this is. Anyways, so things that I can do that no one else can do. Number one. Okay, maybe other people can do these things, but
IRL Joe. Hey Cindy, it looks like you kind of gained weight, to be honest.
Joe, I won't lie. I may have had a couple of chimichangas in the past couple of days. So these are the colors you're gonna do. So the things that I can do that no one else can do. Number one, I can't. It's hard to show, but I can relax the muscles in my pinky so much that when I wiggle my hand, it's like a dead phalange. That's one, totally useless. Another thing that I can do that no one else can do is I can dance like a goddess. And the only other person that I know that can dance like that is Beyonce. But she's not even human, okay? She's also like a goddess. So we're talking about goddesses and mortals. So I can dance like a goddess, and everyone else I know is mortal, and they can't dance like that. So that's the other thing I can do, which is also why I haven't been able to show you my special dance, because it'll blow your mind.
Is it like the Carlton dance?
It's not the Carlton. It's like if Carlton invented the Carlton. It's so amazing that you'll think, wow, I thought the Carlton dance was impressive, and I was dead wrong. Where'd I put my mini? That's where I put my mini. I keep looking at there's a camera in front of me, and that's not what I should be looking at. It keeps getting in my eye. Cindy, I don't know how you do it. I mean, well, I do. Oof. Anyways, back to my shindig. What do you mean, please? Cindy, if you're speaking about my dancing, I should do it. Please don't. He's like, please do.
Oh.
So that's probably what I can't really do anything that anyone else can't do. I think I can do a lot of things that a lot of people can do, mediocre. I have a lot of skills in various areas. I'm a bard. Yeah, I'm a bard.
Dance for bits.
Dance. I'm not wearing pants, Joe. I can't dance without my pants. Because it'll blow your mind. Also, we don't have a camera that's big enough to encompass the full dance. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna try and get to painting this mini. I'm gonna start with this.
I mean, you can't do anything sitting down. You can't do a little shimmy roll, nothing. No.
Well, I would do a shimmy and roll, but like I said, we don't have a camera big enough to encompass the full There's no exactly, Joe, because I'm massive.
Wait, down in Mexico.
Wait, we're down. We will have to get a camera and put it at the Ecuador, and then maybe then it can encompass one half of my dance.
Are you gonna paint it all?
I'm not gonna paint it ever. I'm not getting to this. Now Cindy's like, yes, dance. See, she wanted me to. First she was like, no, Michael, if you dance, then I won't be able to contain myself. And then now she's like, dance, do it for the bits. But yeah, so I wouldn't. Back to being able to do stuff. I guess I would say that I'm just a bard who has various skills, ranging from like, I mean, I can do everything from like lock picking to cooking. I'm pretty crafty in arts. You know, I have an overabundance of popsicle sticks so that I can make popsicle stick art and or things. I'm working on building a dirigible out of popsicle sticks and paper.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I'm very crafty, I guess. The one thing, it's a lot easier for me to say what I can't do. One of the things I can't do is sing. At least very well. I can moan. I don't know why I would say that. I can make noises. That's the best I can do.
Lisa strikes again.
Ah! I'm so terrified, dude.
So here's a question that I don't even think is a question for us because literally we're streaming about painting miniatures. What is the nerdiest thing that you do in your spare time?
Oh wow, the nerdiest thing I do in my spare time.
Yeah, so like we all play D&D, so is that even considered nerdy? We paint miniatures.
No, I mean honestly, I think the concepts of a like not the concept, the definition of a nerd I think has evolved pretty drastically over the past couple of years.
So should we change it to like what's the most normal thing you do?
I mean, whoa! See, that's personal. The most normal thing I do.
Yeah, like
I'll tell you some of the things I do that like you maybe wouldn't expect. So like one of those things is I listen to the Jewelry Channel. I have a problem with JCV TV, and like all they do is they just sell you gems and goodies and whatnots, and I'm a sucker for that. I don't know what it is. I'm not even into like geology. I'm just really into like the shiny rocks and the people that they have on that show. Oh my gosh, I love it. Another thing I do is I guess this kind of goes into like the whole bard thing, but I like to find I like to find a bunch of recipes about the same dish and then chop it all up and then try to combine all the recipes together and make the greatest dish ever. So like I am currently working on teriyaki chicken, which I made, and it was so good I had to call my friend and tell him, dude, I wish you were here right now to taste my teriyaki chicken because it is so good.
I had a restaurant mess up teriyaki chicken so bad one time that I went to the grocery store, bought all the ingredients I needed to make teriyaki chicken, and made it myself from scratch.
Right? It's so good.
Because they messed it up so bad, dude. Like, I wanted to, like, I don't know. I wanted to go hostile on that place. But
I want to speak. You look like me, and you were like, I want to speak to your manager.
But they don't speak English. And, I'm a racist motherfucker.
I have a funny story about not speaking English. So there is, and I think the cleric was there with me. There is this, oh gosh, I don't want to. He's Asian. There's this Asian gentleman that works at this convenience store just down the street from my house. Oh, that's like brown poopy. You guys see how poopy that is?
That was pretty bloody.
It's like that's not what I meant to happen. So there's this Asian gentleman who lives who runs this convenience store right next to my house. And anytime that I've ever been in there, he pretends to not speak English.
Uh-huh.
And it's hilarious because he pretended not to speak English to me. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to be weird about it. Like, he's not going to speak English. That's fine. Whatever. And, oh man, is this the color I want? Yeah, this is the color I want. I need more red. And the other day, I brought my daughter into the convenience store. And he's like, oh, hi, baby. Oh, you're so cute. And he's just like, completely forgets that, like,
He hasn't spoken English to you.
He hasn't spoken English to me, and he's just like, oh my god, you're so cute. He's now every time we go in there, he's like, he tries to give her candy, and I'm just like, he's like, oh, is this okay? And he has like a little Snickers bar, and I'm like, no, it's not. My daughter is 7 months old, bruv. Like, she can't be having none of this Snickers stuff. She has no teeth. Okay, she has the bottom teeth, but she's got no teeth. And so. Yeah, so now I get... Obviously, I said that, yeah, she could have it because I wanted the Snickers. So the moment we leave, I eat it. And so anytime that I'm really just kind of like craving like chocolate, I go to the convenience store now and get free chocolate from the old Asian man.
Wow.
It's fantastic. Okay, so his oh god, a lot of things are red. Okay, I gotta focus for a quick second. So I haven't done this with a magnifying glass yet, and it's freaking me out because of how big the brush looks in my mind. Now, there's too much going on, and this is too big of a brush. I gotta get rid of this. Too much paint, too much everything on this. There we go. He's got white cuffs. Okay.
Music isn't dramatic enough. You want more dramatic music?
I'm also coming to the realization that like, so I used to think that I was really good at like multitasking. And that is not the case. I need multipass. So like I used to think like, oh yeah, you know, like I can carry on it's difficult for me to carry on a conversation and paint and do all these things, and like to like look at myself and be like, you know, I'm really not that multi. Look how much there's so much paint on one arm. But I'm just not that talented at multitasking. I'm really good at like directed focus on one thing. And then anytime I try to split it, everything suffers. No, Joe. He's over there, like, making fat jokes, and so we're supposed to play Classic WoW. That's not happening, dude. It is so far from happening. Like, I have to talk about how unhappening Classic WoW is. Yeah, not in Classic WoW. I'm over that, dude.
I got to level 10. I'm done.
I did. I was like, you know, I'll play a little bit of Classic WoW because all my friends are playing it. And I'm not saying Classic WoW is bad or anything. Like, it's a different. It's from a different time of like it's just a different time of RPGs, I guess. Like WoW has definitely strayed towards like catering to like new players, and you know, like I remember the grind when I played vanilla. You know, I remember the disdain that I had when I discovered that like yeah.
That happened.
And so it's you know, it was tough. And then I started, instead of like, I just began to like accept the changes that they started making in WoW, and then I was like, oh my god, I think I've just like become accustomed to being catered to, because like all of the things in WoW these days like it's like there's a lot of convenience that there wasn't.
So you're the menace to society genre of it's too hard, I don't understand what to do.
I wouldn't say it's too well. Hold on. There's a difference between it being too hard and then you playing like, you know, the walking simulator. You know?
Have you ever walked straight through the Barrens? Like put on auto run and go to the bathroom, go cook a meal, come
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
still traveling north?
Yes, bro, I started in vanilla. Like I played it. That's the whole reason. The whole thing. The whole reason why it captivated me was like, first off, being. Oh, do I need to move this at all or start fixing where I'm placing this? Okay. What I might do. That's, I mean, like, things I miss, like, I miss stance hopping. Like, some of the aspects of vanilla, like, I wish that we could bring back. But as a whole, we're back. I just love all of the things. And we're back. Okay, we're back. But I mean, I'm not trying to say anything bad about classic. You know, it's just. It's not something that really entices me to play again, you know.
But
like
I think classic is better than like so. Wrath of the Lich King I think is probably one of my favorite expansions.
Mm-hmm.
But I had all 10 characters at max level at that point, and I was running in content with all 10 of them. Not necessarily the funnest.
I get, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, to me, the game was, like, the moment that the whole game changed for me is when they introduced Dungeon Finder.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember. I was like, was that in BC? No. In BC, like, I played Warlock was my main. It's always been my main. And all I remember is in Burning Crusade was... oh, you're a warlock? Okay, you're getting nerfed. Oh, you're a warlock? Okay, you're getting nerfed. For like 10 patches in a row. Okay, we're reducing your stuff by 10%, 20%, 5%, 3%, 10%. And like, I mean, it was nice. Like the golden age of the SLSL lock in PvP. Just Siphon Life and Soul Link.
I like what you just said. A WoW 2, WoW with a lot of the modern features of BFA, but with this like philosophy of vanilla shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So, the way, like, the state of the game today is, I mean, I think it's still fun to play. I think that the novelty of, like, endgame raiding has definitely suffered. So I think it's in a more of a casual gameplay like setting. But I think I'm okay with that. Now, a game that I do want to try and get into is the Final Fantasy MMO. Was it 14? Yeah. That I wouldn't mind giving a go.
Apparently there's a couple local, like, radio stars? No, not radio stars. There's a couple people that I was watching a couple videos for, and they were talking about how they couldn't commit to, like, doing certain, like, things because they have their raids on Final Fantasy.
Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, there's been quite a bit of hype with the Final Fantasy 14, and I'm interested enough to like check it out. I'm just at the same point, like, I'm so over the grind. Like, I used to be in it to win it, and now I'm just playing what? How's that going? Is it like the prequel, the sequel, the 10, the 3, the There's too many Borderlands.
Just 3.
Okay.
I mean, I played 1, but I haven't really played 1 since then, so it's interesting to me to like see what's changed and what hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the development of it. But back when I played 1, nobody else like out of my parents played it, and now like my buddy bought me 3.
I played a lot of 1 was like a huge blast. I loved it. It was fantastic. Then 2 came out and they tried to like balance a lot of stuff, and they took away a lot of the things that I loved the most, and so I stopped playing around 2, and then the prequel and this, like all this other stuff started coming out. I'm a fan of Borderlands. I think it's a really cool, like, you know, FPS RPG.
But I haven't even like beat Red Dead Redemption yet.
Oh, you'll never beat Red Dead Redemption. That's gonna take
I
forever.
beat Red Dead Redemption. I didn't beat Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh,
Red
okay.
Dead Redemption is one
Okay. Sorry, I was thinking of 2.
Yeah.
Which I'm a huge. I think that's a really neat game as well, but it's again like I don't know, like the lack, like fast travel. I'm just, oh god, maybe I am one of those people. Like I like games with fast travel.
You want instant gratification. You don't like the slow pace of things.
No.
Would you ever accept one of those?
Ooh, that's a really good question. A one-way ticket to Mars. Now I'm assuming that I'm not like there's I'll be able to live when I get there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
No,
you get to go to Mars, and
it's
that's it.
The KMS generation just all gets a ticket.
Yeah. Well, yes. I would take a one-way ticket to Mars. And here's why. I've begun to think about humanity and Earth and all of the things surrounding it. And I don't think that like holding on to the idea that we were born on Earth and we've lived here our entire existence, and you know it should become a sacred treasure and blah blah blah. Letting go is a Disney concept. Well, I mean, letting go is also moving on. So anyone who's experienced like, you know, the loss of a loved one, or maybe a pet, or even if you just lost your phone, you know, you can be brought down into this well of hatred and dismay by holding on to it too tight. And following that concept, I would follow that same rule with like the planet Earth. I mean, it's foolish to think that Earth is sustainable to infinity, right? The sun's going to explode. Earth is on a time frame.
I like the idea of mankind being natural explorers, and I get this concept from Moana. But we're natural explorers and we want to explore.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't we? That's probably why I go to Mars.
Just to go. I would do it because there'd be less traffic, hopefully.
So you want?
Am I frozen? Or is the TV just wigging out?
Joe will go to Mars with you.
Joe will go to Mars with me?
Yeah.
Alright, Jeff. That'd be dope, you know? Ooh, the other thing is, like, I might be... So I am kind of I am a casual plebe. I'm a very casual gamer. However, like, I'm a hardcore, like, team player. So the thing about World of Warcraft that I liked the most, the reason why I continued to play it was dungeons. I love the team aspect. I love the roles. Like that's the whole reason why I got into World of Warcraft at all. I didn't get into it for questing or storyline or any of that stuff. I got into it for PvP and running dungeons. And I mean, the casual part of the fact that they made it easy to go into PvP and easy to like get into a dungeon, having those things made my life better, and the absence of it just kind of ruins the things that like I want to do in the game. Oh, there's still more.
But I feel like adding like Dungeon Finder made. Actually, I think if Raid Finder made WoW worse.
Raid Finder? Yeah, that was a huge. That's.
I think Dungeon Finder made WoW worse because you didn't have like 10 people that you spent hours trying to find, or 5 people you spent hours trying to get the group together to be able to go do the dungeon, to have them wipe 5 times and then quit.
I remember standing outside of Scarlet Monastery forever, you know, and like when the design of a dungeon is a group of 5, tank, heals, and 3 DPS, you're stuck with the you're stuck in the mode of like, okay, well, you're basically in the Dungeon Finder, just spanning that you're DPS or whatever. Like, so switching like Dungeon Finder versus that, there's no, other than the fact that you had to walk to the start of the to the beginning of the dungeon or start in like one of the main cities.
You had to walk.
Also, people loved me because, yeah. So it's not. Oh god, bag management as a warlock was a pain in the ass. Gotta love them. But it's just, you know, I think Dungeon Finder didn't impact like it didn't impact the game in a negative stance. It literally just,
I think it did because it allowed people to join, like queue up, continue to do their quests, and then when queue pop, they jump in. If they couldn't get a free ride, they quit. If the dungeon wasn't cakewalk, they would just quit.
oh right, and then you would just suffer another 30-minute bout.
Right, they'd go back to questing or whatever, and we're stuck in queue again. Which queue filled up fast, so it was fine. But unless it was a tank or a healer. Trick though. Always level as a tank and healer with your best friend. And you never have to wait in line.
Oh yeah.
So you want to go to Mars like pre Arnold Schwarzenegger, where there's traffic and garbage everywhere.
Yeah. I've noticed that traffic has gotten worse out here in Washington. Just like
Every year for the last 2 decades.
yeah, because all of the babies are now of age to drive cars, and it's murder. It's awful. I mean, we're also second in the worst traffic in the USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have a bunch of inclines that don't know how to drive in the rain.
Followed by, I think number 1 is still Atlanta. It might be, or it's San Francisco, somewhere in San
I
Fran.
saw a
Or California.
statistic last night that said New York, for the first time since 1993, over this last weekend, did not have to shoot, or did not have a gun killed.
Oh. Ooh, that's a fun topic to talk about. Guns.
That's like 20-something years of killing everyone.
It's a lot of gun violence.
What do you have on your bucket list? What's one item you have on your bucket list that you think that you'll be able to get to?
Disney World. I've never been to Disney World.
Okay.
I want to go to Disney World, dog. That's a bucket list. A real
Will Katie let you go to Disney World?
alone? No.
I mean, with the kid? Will she let you?
Oh yeah.
Are you doing that influencing her?
I'd like to think I'm a pretty good dad. Oh sorry.
I'm not knocking you being a father, it's just whether or not, like, I've heard conversations about Disney in your household. That's
Oh yeah, she just hates the music. Yeah, no, she'd totally be down to let me go.
I think I want to go and travel with your
Yeah, like a backpacking kind of a thing.
No, I want to like go to Germany.
I do have a dream of going to see like the Statue of David. There's a couple of art pieces in Europe that I would love to go see. Like, I think it would be a real treat to like stand in front of like the Mona Lisa, or go and touch the Eiffel Tower. I mean, I haven't. I think that stuff like that would be.
Yeah, I saw the Mona Lisa, and I thought there was going to be something majestic about it in person. It's smaller than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like smaller than an 8.5 by 11.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Oh no.
Like, from what I can remember, I was like 11 or 12.
Oh, that ruins things for me.
Yeah. Mona Lisa is.
I'm gonna make sure I got all of his.
2 feet 6 inches by 1 feet 9 inches, so it's bigger than 8.5 by 11.
Okay.
But it's only like this big.
Huh. The more you know. So.
Have you read any books this year?
I haven't. I'm so illiterate. Books are. Okay, so in terms of books, I've never been much of a reader. Like, I never had anyone kind of like get me excited about reading. I didn't. No one I really hung out with or knew was kind of a book fanatic. And then by the time I met people that were like, oh, I read books like regularly. It just.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was just.
Would you consider listening to audiobooks?
Oh, for sure. I mean, well, today I've read books. I've read, and I have like a favorite book.
Player's Handbook.
Other than manuals and things like that, I've always been intrigued with like. I've never had a problem reading like a Lego instruction book.
That's just pictures.
Or I taught myself how to do multiplication when I was a kid.
Okay.
And so like, instruction manuals and how-tos and things like that, I've never had a problem with, because it's instant gratification when you read something and you can apply it almost immediately. 2 + 2 = 4. That is something that you can do immediately. Versus reading a book, like a popular thing is Chicken Soup for the Soul. A lot of people have read that, and they resonate with all these stories and all this stuff. It was just something that never interested me. Or, it was just, I mean, I think popular writers like Anne Rice or J.K. Rowling and all these. There are incredible books out there that I've just never read. It's just something that, as a kid, never piqued my interest, I guess. And it's something that I suffer because I haven't. I'm pretty good at like math and numbers. However, I suffer a lot in like writing and especially spelling. So the way that I begin to spell is I visualize the word, how it would sound phonetically, and then I try to write it out, and it's always wrong.
So dinosaurs just.
I think I can do some of the words I've memorized, like a word that I always have problems with is like weather. I have difficulties with like euphoria. I have no idea how to. I could guess. I know it starts with an E. That's it. So anything that isn't spelt phonetically, I suffer with a lot. But I've always had a pretty good, like, I've always been pretty confident enough to stand and speak in front of people, and I can write my own dialogue, but. Oh yeah, hey, there's that one track stuff. We're like, oh yeah, let me really think about this. But yeah, so there's that. I can tell you about my favorite book. One book as a masculine person, I would tell you to read the book I Am Legend. If you haven't read it, it's not like the movie at all. It's completely different than the movie. It's so different from the movie. Like you can't like it's a. Anyways, I would say if you haven't read a book this year and you're looking at a book to start and you are a guy, read I Am Legend. The reason why I say if you're a guy to read it is predominantly because the dialogue it's all like internal monologue from a man's perspective, and it has to deal with like these like impulses that okay, here's a spoiler bit. There's a moment in the book where they're like vampires, they're monsters or whatever. And every night they're outside of his house and they like throw rocks at his house and they try to like goad him to come out of the house and turn him, right? Well, what they'll do in a way to like goad him out there is they'll take like these beautiful women and they'll be naked out front of the house like dancing, trying to entice him to come out. And so it's the internal dialogue of this guy who's like peering through the slit in a wall outside and seeing this. And then in the morning, what they do is they kill the girl, and he has to go and clean it up out of his front yard. So he has to like carry this naked woman and like bury her in this like burn it. It's crazy. And so like the internal dialogue of that is really, really psychotic and crazy and fun. So that's a favorite. That's a favorite of mine. There's more red. I keep looking like, oh okay, I'm done with the red. No, I'm not. There's so much red. It's not red, it's burgundy, but it's red. Let's see, some of that is hair and some of this is not. So we're gonna say that all of that is hair. However, we're going to add color in here. And just... Okay. Oh no, my paints are starting to dry up. Boom. Put that right in there. So he's got, like, this isn't actually going to be all red. I'm going to have to, like, clean this up quite a bit, but there's a couple of, like, sections in here that are supposed to be red. So I'm just going to fill all of it in red, and then I'll go over it with like the colors. Like there's like a silver. There's like, I'm painting this guy. There's like silver and stuff in there. You can't really see too well. And that's just too dark. Anyways, there's like silvers and stuff in there. And there's a little bit of the burgundy, and some of it's his hair. And so, I'm just gonna try and fill it out.
So we're gonna paint the dragon for Thursday.
I am excited for Thursday. Ooh, here's something that's cool and exciting. So over the weekend, my friend and his I play D&D with some friends, like every other weekend and stuff. And we've been doing. They've been my test group for the Essentials kit, and over the weekend they were like, hey, we're having a lot of fun with the Essentials kit, but like let's homebrew some stuff. And so I'm like, yeah, dude, because I love homebrew. I think that's my favorite way to play D&D. And so I'm working on this homebrew campaign, starting from level 1. They want to get all the way to 20, so I'm like prepping all of this crazy stuff. And one of the things, we did like a session 0. I was like, okay, well, kind of tell me about, what do you want to see? Like, what do you want to encounter? And I'll do my best to kind of make these things happen. And so they're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Well, one of the things I want to do is they like want to start a shop. They want to have the capability to like just glued on there. They want to have the capability to start a shop, and so I've been diving deep into like they're awful. The rules that they have in the DMG are awful. They're really bad. Like, arguably. So here's why starting a business using the flatline rules in the DMG are terrible. Number 1, every kind of like a shop. Oh, we're gonna use this. A shop has a maintenance cost, and that's basically it. We're gonna do a shop and a farm. A shop has a 2 gold maintenance cost. Farm has 25 silver piece maintenance cost. For every day that passes that you're not actually running the shop, you pay the maintenance cost. For every day that you're there running the shop, you get to roll on a table, a percentile, and then you get some gold. Now, you make the same amount of gold at a farm as you do at a shop, as you do at a trade post. It doesn't matter where you get your like what you build or what you're running. You make the same amount of gold flat. You never make more gold, and like ultimately, if you're not spending downtime days running the shop, you're just losing money. So if you're going to go out and adventure, you're just losing money.
Unless you can hire people.
No. Your PC has to be spending downtime days there. Now, when you're away, obviously there's people running it, but while you're away, your shop, your thing makes no money. So if you make a farm, 25 silver pieces a day, you leave for 4 days, you owe a gold piece. But when you come back, you run it for 1 day, you roll a percentile thing, and you get either like anywhere from like a D4 to like some D10s times 5. Like you get some change. It's so like following all of these things, terrible, absolutely terrible. Just gonna dry them off a little bit. And so following some stuff and a very easy change, the easiest change you can make is at the last 3 like percentile things in the rolling for running a business. Instead of them rolling for a flat amount of gold pieces, they earn a percent equal to the maintenance cost of what they run. So it's either 100%, 200%, or 300%. So if you run a shop and you roll to make money, you make anywhere from 2 gold to 6 gold. And then the other thing you do is you don't have the daily maintenance cost. What you do is for every day that they're away, you lump sum that into a day that they work. So if they're gone for 10 days, and they come back and they run it for a day, you just roll for all 10 of those days. So if they fail, they have to pay those 10 days, but if they succeed, their shop made money.
I feel like that's how my boss thinks that, or my old boss thought like the shop work. Because when he's away, the shop makes no money, even though they're making money. When he came back, everyone days that the shop made money.
Bro, that's the way that they do it in D&D, okay? So it's, yeah. But because, since we're homebrewing it, I get to make whatever rules I want. And one of the rules that I'm going to make is, I want to have them be able to, get NPCs, to, hire NPCs that have, names and stats. And their stats will affect how well their shop does. So...
If you want a good, reference for that, look at Pathfinder Kingmaker and their Kingdom Builder.
Yeah?
There's some good references for that.
Okay.
It's kind of difficult to translate into D&D because, 5th edition did a really good job at simplifying everything. But then, they lump every single, knowledge check into, knowledge history.
Yeah.
Knowledge arcana. That's what you know.
Yeah.
And so, while you don't really need those for that, they could technically be building a kingdom in their in D&D, but you can use that as kind of a structure.
Huh. I kind of like that.
One of my my adventures right now, and I don't think any of them are watching, is I'm running Skulls and Shackles out of Pathfinder, and they left and abandoned one of their helpers.
Yeah.
To this Grindylow. Grindylows in Pathfinder are the best way to describe them is water goblins. And there's a queen one that they just abandoned. So I've been trying to think does she come back as the queen water goblin? She's going to be a rival of theirs now. How do I do it? Do I make her evil? Do I make her the ruler of these young goblins, kind of like Princess Leia is kind of thing? But she's a cleric. So it's been very difficult to come up with a cool backstory. But I had the idea Fritz gave me the idea to, instead of doing all that, make it have her escape and go join the militia or the Imperial Navy or whatever of that region now, and now she's going to be a villain working for the side of good to bring all the pirates to at bay, basically. So I've been having fun fleshing out that concept.
It's really cool. Yeah, the idea, because I still want to make it simple, because I want to have kind of a, you get to spend some time micromanaging a shop, and then the rest of it you're still out being an adventurer.
Yeah.
And so I have this idea of you meet an adventurer is to go save a guy, and you save him, and he's like, oh, I used to have this skill or whatever, blah blah blah, and then they could put him in the shop as one of their dudes, and I was gonna roll them stats, and the idea is that if they're running a shop that sells stuff, if one of their named NPCs has persuasion, you get to add their modifier to the roll. And so if you have a shop that can hold 400 people, then good on ya. But the bonus stops at plus 30, and you can upgrade your dudes. So I was gonna roll their stats for oh, it's a tier 1 dude, so you just roll 3d6, and that you just add that, and that's their stat. and then you like upgrade them, and then you get to roll 46 and drop the lowest, and then the super tiers you roll all 4, and you get to add all of those up to a max of 20, and you know, so they'll be like, oh, you know, I have a super something, and you know, but they're still NPCs, so they can't really do a whole lot of crazy stuff. Or it sounded like something that they wanted to do. So I was like, yeah, I think I can make this work and still make it fun. Hey, thank you for the subscription, Firestarter. I hope you're kind of enjoying some of the meandery talky bits. If you have a question or something you would like to add into the conversation, feel free to pop it in there, and I'll do my best to chat about it. But yeah, so I'm thinking like this NPC style, like dude. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get into this dude's like cloak, and it's just it's a terrible angle all around for everything. So I'm gonna try and so you guys can see. Oh man! So Cindy was complaining about. So there's a light under here, right? And it's really hot, and I keep getting it really close to my hand. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna burn myself. Now I totally understand how she feels.
Oh, that reminds me, Josh's fundraiser for the Claire. Put up a donation.
Oh yeah, for Josh's birthday. So for those of you guys, what is our viewership right now? Let me do that. Okay. So Josh has decided for his birthday he would like people to donate to Page Ahead. So if you are friends with him on Facebook, or you know, even if you're not friends and you're just like, you know what, I want to donate to something, you can donate to Page Ahead, and you can help kids. I'm gonna have to. Oh, or you can follow the link in the chat. But donate, help kids in need, get books, and this is a weird angle. Not sure how to get this. Not sure if I can get this.
If you were a movie director, what genre of movie?
Oh, that's a really fun one. If I was a movie director, what kind of movies would I start? Like, what movies would I direct? I love that. I have a real liking to the undead and zombies and horror. Well, maybe not horror in particularly, but I like drama. So I think what I would do is, if I was a movie director, I would direct dramas, but I would direct dramas under the styles of like the undead. So like iZombie and Santa Clarita Diet. You know, so they're dramas, but they have an undead tinge to them. Not tinge, but
Have you seen that?
the TV. Is there a TV show? No, I have not. It's interesting. Interesting in a good way, or interesting in a, you know, maybe like a movie one.
First season. I really like the first season, but I can't watch Stranger Things freaks me out, so I can't even watch Stranger Things with her.
Okay.
So like a lot of those horror films, I can't really watch more like I used to. So I have to get what I think I would go sci-fi. I would want to go to Disney Plus. Hello, let's go make a bunch of stuff. I wrote a script in college that was basically Rogue One, and without even looking up references or information, I got the entire first half of the script. I got every single location, every single star. Like this is how big of a nerd I am. Every single Star Destroyer that was active at the time. Almost 100%.
Nice.
So, I was
That'd be fucking cool. My other thing, I also have a love of like low budget B-rated like skits. I love it. There's so much. Like if there was a market to do like popular movies like Jaws, but you only have like minus the cost of equipment, you only had like maybe $1,000 to like produce it, and you just go for it. Like I would love that.
And everything.
Yeah, I love that.
Crop budget $1,000. When you go to the zoo, what kind of animal would you like most likely to eat?
Say that one more time.
When you go to the zoo, what animal would you most likely to eat?
What animal? If
I
I
don't know why it has that preference, but if you go to the zoo.
if I was an animal at the zoo, I could tell you what animal I would be. I would be a jellyfish, because I'm so jealous of my friends. No. If I was an animal at the zoo, I would be I would probably be something that requires a lot of space, like a big habitat. Something that's... Ooh, I'd probably be like a primate, like a monkey or a. I would be a monkey or a lemur, something like that. Be a spider monkey.
Okay, I think of anyone.
You're lying. Hey, puppers. Hi.
Yeah, did you catch me?
I
You looked at me like, did you see that?
I feel awkward, like the color that I put on this cape and his like stuff. It should be the color of his face. Maybe I should do a human colored face. Like, oh no, he's totally. Although, like the structure of his face, he's got like a really heavy brow and stuff.
I don't understand why in Vampire
A lot of hemoglobin. Oh, I'm supposed to have a little
I
white.
got a deep mass media positive
Mass media is positive. Now, the question is our current mass media positive or negative? So things like, oh god, who's the name of the guy who made the atom bomb? The guy he's the same guy who said I am become death, right? I think that's the same guy. So I think that a lot. Okay, and this is also like Facebook. I believe that Facebook, its design and its directive and what it's supposed to be, is beneficial to mankind. I think that it's fantastic. I think mass media has its design and its capabilities and what it could and should be doing are also great. You know, we are, as a society, moving towards a like.
I'm looking for it's Robert
Oppenheimer. Oh, we gotta click the button. So, now, all of these things like Facebook and mass media, you can use them and, it could be more harmful. I just looked at myself and I think I look great. The way that you go about, I would call them tools. The way you go about using these tools is the part where it's either good or bad, really. But I think that the tool inherently of itself is good. It's like a toaster, You can use a toaster the right way, or you can use it the wrong way. A toaster could kill. A toaster could kill, Ben.
So here's my only thing on that, and that's I like your look on it, but the great power comes great responsibility whole aspect of mass media, it's in the wrong hands. It's literally just pitting everybody against each other.
Oh yeah, for sure. Currently, the way the mass media is being used is improper. It's not helping us at all. Much like we have this whole unification, right? That's one thing that we as a people try to talk about all the time. Let's unify, let's be a group, let's work together. And then things like Facebook, mass media, and all of the popular topics that we're all kind of handling are all about being special and being different and being recognized as different. And it's inherently causing us to, instead of band together, push us apart. Which, according to, when do we get out? One of these days, Ben, we'll be able to get you a thing.
I have it. I literally left my headset at home, and I don't like it.
Oh, that's
because I can't test it.
Yeah.
I guess I could test it live and just Fritz has to deal with it. I don't know my volume to your volume ratio.
That's fair. What was I forgot what I was about to talk about. It's sugar-free. Sugar-free bag.
So what are you working on?
That's a really good question, Ben, and I'm glad that you asked that. You see, when you start painting a mini and you add color to it, sometimes you forget to conceptualize what color to do next. And so what I'm doing, Ben, is staring at this miniature of a vampire. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm getting out gray. I was shaking this whole thing. This whole time. That's what I'm doing. I thought you were paying attention, Ben. Clearly, you weren't.
Every few minutes, it's good to remind the viewers what we're doing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. It wasn't for... I'm sorry. I was going after Ben, not our viewers. Here we go. So we're going to start doing grays. We're doing some painting. We're just chit-chatting about all sorts of good things.
So I'm just shooting up the squeaker. Alright. I'm going to regret this because it's going to bring up a touchy subject for you. Would you rather be a giant rodent or a tiny elephant?
Benjamin. Did you just ask me would I rather?
Yeah.
You remember Ren Fair, right? Oh my god. I like that quote. Would you rather be a giant rodent or a tiny elephant?
Yeah, Fritz, what do you want to do? Giant rodent or tiny elephant?
That's a good... Yeah, Fritz, everyone in chat, participate. Giant elephant, or no, tiny elephant or giant rodent? I know my answer. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of moments to pick. I know without a doubt what I would be.
I would just want to march in a line.
It'd be so freaking cute. You remember the commercial with the little giraffe?
Why would you need more details, Fritz? It's a simple would you rather question. It's a like what type of rodent? We'll say a rat, giant rat, or a tiny elephant.
Whoa! That changes everything. Okay. We'll clarify things. You get to either be a giant mouse, a giant like house mouse, or you get to be a tiny. I think it's an African elephant. Yeah, or a tiny African elephant. So like your standard, you see the mouse and the elephant kind of a combo there. We're just switching sizes. You see, somebody. Free range or zoo? It'd be zoo, 100%. But free range rodent.
Ooh.
However, mankind has rodent traps big enough for you. And how giant are we talking about? Like the size of an elephant?
Sure, why not?
Oh, holy cow!
Would you rather be an elephant-sized rodent or a rodent-sized elephant?
That's hilarious.
The question is.
Now, like, are we talking about
Zoo elephant?
100% zoo elephant? If it was free range elephant versus rodent, I would do rodent.
What changes that? What part of it being free or in captivity changes your answer?
Oh, I gave him a dot on his forehead. You can't see it, but it's hilarious. Oh, I'm so sorry, vampire. Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. That was... There we go. Let me just rub that for you. There we go. There we go. It's coming. It's coming. We're almost there. I got it.
Stop rubbing his head and telling him when it's coming.
Oof.
It's a good thing the mature filter is on.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Ben. Was that turning on?
No.
Ben, does that make your little friend tickle?
I agree. Human interactions. I don't want to be hunted by shitty customers. What if the rodent's teeth finally became the ivory? And here's the question for that as well. A follow-up question. Would the tiny elephants breed like rodents and the giant rats breed like elephants?
Oh my god!
Would the giant rats still be like popping out like 42 kids in a session?
That's hilarious, dude.
What's your answer?
Oh, I would be an elephant. Undoubtedly. Elephants, I think, are one of the coolest animals on the planet. Like,
would the giant mouse be afraid of the tiny elephant?
Yeah.
Karma, bitch.
Karma, bitch.
There are way too many giant rodents.
There we go. I think the gray on his chest is...
If you were in charge of sending a message to an alien species, what would that message be?
Holy shnikey. Ben, that's the best question you've asked me today. If I were to send a message to an alien, what would that message be?
Yeah.
Dog. I would straight up just give him the floss. I would start dabbing. I would send him the floss. Dude, I'd have a gold chain. All of it. You know why? Because there's no way in hell they should come here.
So you're just trying to scare them away.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I tried to play Fortnite. Oh, Ben left me. He's off doing his thing. Oh, jeez. I need to remember that paint is similar to a liquid. Okay, it kind of does connect in there. Excuse me. Woo! Look how bright my palms are. Sorry about this, guys. Yeah, it's all the way in there. Something you destroy anything people are using it. Call attention to a tiny shell. Oh, that's gonna go black anyways. Okay. There we go. Looks kind of messy, but black on that. So I'll clean that up. Although I do need to get red again. We'll worry about that later. I'll keep going with gray. That says, no, you don't send them anything. And you destroy anything people are using to send anything out. Don't call attention to our tiny little shithole. But what if it's a planet of doggos? That's a really good question, Ben. I like that question. I like that question a lot.
I got it, Frisk. You're approached by intelligence of species of dogs and an intelligent species of goats. And you've been asked to be the intermediary between them to help negotiate. Do you take the job? It's a simple yes or no. Like what other questions do you have about that? Yes. Okay. And you know more details. Okay. That's good. Goats versus dogs and being the person in between. First answer is yes.
He says, yes, I will speak with the intelligent doggos. Okay, so we're gonna have silver all over the border. Not silver.
What's the most ridiculous thing you caught yourself doing on autopilot?
What is the most ridiculous thing you've ever caught yourself on autopilot?
I myself have moved before and autopiloted myself back to that house that I moved from, and like almost opened the door before realizing that I don't live there anymore.
Oh, that's hilarious. I've done something similar like that. However, I think the most ridiculous thing I've ever done on autopilot is oh, that's a really good question, Ben. Oh, have you ever, okay, so have you ever like gone to say goodbye to someone, you know, and you're like, you go in for like a hug kind of a deal, but it's like,
Are you a left leaner or a right leaner?
oh, I always lean left. Isn't that right? No, wait a second. Yeah, I always go left.
I think that's the norm, but I've gone right a few times and it's weird.
So I've had a moment or two where it's like I'm saying I'm okay, like I've autopiloted a goodbye to a friend and like almost gone in for a kiss. Like that's happened to me before.
I think that's one of the most normal things as far as autopilot is like hanging up on somebody and just being like, "Hey, love you, bye." Like,
yeah, well, I do that on purpose. I think that I think that you should say I love you to the people that matter a lot to you in your life, and when they don't say it back, you go to their house and you slap them in the face with a fish. Okay, that's the way I feel.
do you go to like Pike Place Market and buy one of their freshly tossed fish?
No, you get a nasty fish from like the corner store. Okay, yeah, that's where you get your fish. But I've gone in for like a kiss, like, you know, like, okay, bye, and then I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? And then be like, that's the most autopilot awkward like goodbye. Like if I've spent a long time with like Katie, I'm like, bye, kiss, bye, kiss, bye, kiss, bye, kiss, and then I'm like, you know, bye. Wait a second, I'm not at home anymore. That's the most awkward like autopilot thing I've ever done.
So you're not a fan of PDA?
I am a fan of I am a fan of appropriate PDA. Like, you know, kiss, hold hands, like cuddle, canoodle, like all of that stuff, 100%. Don't tongue punch them in the fart box in the middle of like town square. But beyond that, like, yeah, like,
ooh. Chat, chime in on this one too. Who is your least favorite superhero?
my least favorite if I had to choose a superhero that was to become my least favorite, I would choose probably Iron Man.
Interesting.
I mean, I think he's an amazing character. I like what he stands for in his realm of superheroism. But he's just not like... I like smart, rich superheroes to be less extravagant, I guess. Like... I really like the Flash's character and like who he is as a person. I like Superman as a Wonder, like all of the characters that I like, all the other superhero characters, like they all have like a definitive kind of like style that kind of matches their stereotype, I guess. And then, like, you get to Iron Man, and he's just kind of, he doesn't really fit the norm. That sounds kind of messed up, though.
First, if you're going anti-Iron Man, what are your feelings on Batman? I honestly feel like Iron Man is more of a superhero than Batman because he actually had like made changes in his life in order to use his super suit. Whereas Batman.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I love Iron Man. I just love him the least. I love Batman. Growing up, my two favorite superheroes of all time were Batman and Captain America. I thought they were the coolest kids on the block. So,
man, like I'm trying to go through all of my like superheroes. I think Cyclops for me.
really? I like Cyclops more than I like Iron Man. But I like okay, I think Cyclops is a fine, that's a fine pick. Like, Cyclops isn't.
He doesn't bring a whole lot to the team. He's just like, I'm the team leader. Like, well, who died made you boss? Like, Batman really easily has the greatest cartoon ever. Team Batman.
Oh, yeah, 100%, Fritz. Batman was my jam. I even liked, what was Batman Beyond?
Yeah, that was pretty
I was a fan of that one too. Like, I don't know. I think as a kid I resonated with like the whole, like, the dad issues that, not, I shouldn't say dad issues, I should say like the Batman, Bruce Wayne's oh my gosh, Bruce Wayne's like origin story.
It's
Thank
really
you.
funny when you're painting and you're moving your arm because we can see it through the green screen. And it looks really, we can see it through your hair, essentially.
Oh yeah,
And it looks really funny because your hair looks really.
that's funny.
Yeah, so.
And so I resonated a lot with kind of Batman's origin story. So I grew up with my mom and stuff, and like, I don't know, as a wee little boy, it was just kind of it was a cool way to kind of to dream about, like, my parents and like who I get to become as a kid. I always thought it would be really awesome to like be Batman.
When you were a young warthog.
When I was a young warthog. So. Oh, he has like gray buttons on his.
Yeah, just so y'all know, the dog wants me to throw a toy with her with a bunch of equipment around, and I'm not doing it, so she's playing.
I thought that was you whining. That you wanted me to throw you a toy. Please.
When we made Will Friedle's Critical Role mini, I was way more excited to meet him because of Batman Beyond than Boy Meets World. I liked that duo character that they had in Critical Role. Will Friedle and Zara, I think was her character's name. I don't even remember the actress's name, but I love her accent too because she's got like the British accent. But I get what you're saying, Fritz. I think, I mean, even in the 90s, you had the X-Men TV series, if you're going along with that train of thought, too.
Oh. Gray.
We can't see, but definitely picking up a lot of feedback.
Alright. Better? Sorry about that. I don't know. It's got some loud colors.
I think that the red and the white look good together.
Yeah. That looks pretty cool.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Fritz, but if you do a dark wash on it, it will probably help like deaden the white on it to make it look like
It's actually gray. I'm really, again, I'm banking on the dark wash to kind of tone down all of the color. And so I purposely chose like a kind of more of a bright color palette. Specifically for the dark wash. Because I liked everything that's like this is what I had finished, right? And I really like the way that this guy came out. I wish that I could show you guys a finer detail of like what he looks like. No, there's no way. But like I love the way that this guy turned out. He looks super cool to me. Oh no, I didn't do his eyes. Ben, I'm gonna try to do the eyes on this one though.
Alright.
Yeah, I already got the toothpicks and whatnot. So.
Ooh, posts. We can totally do that. We can totally post photos on our social media.
At the finale, yeah. I'll do that.
Fritz, I think the nightmare got left here, so I'm gonna snag it up and bring it for Wednesday.
What else? Oh, I need. Is there more gray than I need on this guy? Oh, the butt of his hilts. Oh, poor doggo.
Knock it in the water.
There we go. He's got some silver. Right.
Ooh, did you have movies that you watched constantly when you were growing up?
I used to work at Blockbuster. Okay, so growing up as a kid, I guess. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I gotta try to maintain keeping this up here. Growing up as a kid, I didn't have a lot of movies that I constantly watched. I did have. There was about maybe one movie that I loved watching enough to watch it more than once, and that was like the Mario Brothers movie. I loved that for some reason when I was a kid. Oh, and Mortal Kombat. That was my other jam. As a kid, I loved Mortal Kombat.
I saw a movie or a TV show or something the other day where Sonya Cage was in it. I was like, man, I know who that is. I know who that is. Like, it took me forever to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's from Mortal Kombat.
That's funny. But
Dark Crystal Wizard, Aliens, and the Lord of the Rings cartoons were my jam when I was little. Those are all good.
Dark Crystal was one that I loved as a kid too. But I never really understood what was happening in the movie when I was young. So it wasn't like Dark Crystal. I didn't actually appreciate till I got older.
Mine was like Rush Hour, and my nephew, he's 9 years younger than me, but like he loved Jurassic Park.
Oh, dude, Jurassic
So
Park stuff.
we watched it all the time. I was a huge fan of Power Rangers. That's what I did after school every day. There's construction going by on next door, so if the cameras are shaky, we apologize.
It's shaking me up.
Sorry to throw out Critical Role again, but Fritz, did you see the Laura Bailey using her gesture thing as she's talking about her character, but doing the Dark Crystal running? I don't remember what the show's called. Critical, like their after show broadcast. She was on there one day. Talks Machina. Yeah, Talks Machina. They were on Talks Machina, and she has a stuffed animal, and she's like using the puppet and running with it, using the Dark Crystal running. She thought it's hilarious. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Hi. I'm a morning person. Well, I mean, given that I get to sleep with my baby, I actually prefer to be up early in the morning. Like I'm one of the few people I know that can like get up in the morning. I mean, I do have my spouts of like, okay, there's no way I'm getting up. I'm staying in bed forever. But
Like PAX weekend.
like PAX weekend.
Hated that.
It was so much fun though. I yeah, we're gonna go purple. We're gonna behold her purple with your skin. But I like white. I like being up in the morning. I think those are my I think that's kind of where I thoughts. The being up in the morning is great because I like to see the sunrise, and there's something about like going outside when it's still just a little cold, and you have like either coffee or tea or some kind of beverage, and you can just kind of be out in like the quiet. Maybe there's birds that'll be chirping, but it's like this. To me, it gives me a really good sense of like a refreshing, good start. Like today is a new day.
See, when I hear those birds, I go, fuck, I gotta go to sleep before they get louder.
So, whereas like Katie's a night owl. Katie, I mean, most of it I think is because of her job. So Katie doesn't really go to sleep until 3 a.m, if that. And I mean that's kind of me too, because like if I could, I'd go to bed at 10. But like the baby, my daughter, bless her heart, Sylvanas, I love you so much. her bedtime's about midnight, but since she's teething right now, her bedtime can be like 4 in the morning. So she's been having a pretty tough time with all of our teeth coming in. Boop. So
I am definitely a night owl. I will stay up as late as needed, but don't ask me to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning unless it's worksheet.
I used to do the whole night owl thing, but I also I used to do security at this construction nonsense is killing me. But I used to do security, and I would do graveyard shifts. So I used to, I used to wake up at about 8 p.m. Oh, sorry. I used to. Nah, it's not bad. I used to go to bed at. I used to wake up at about 8 p.m. and then I would stay up till about 11 and then go to bed. And I did that for about 2 years and then was like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
The problem with working like graveyard night shifts and second shifts is like people have to work and they don't care what your schedule is. Like they, mow lawns during all hours of the morning. And it's like, well, that's when I'm trying to sleep. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely not easy doing the night shift.
All right, if you could be one of the vendors from Avatar, would you choose fire or water, wind or earth?
I would like to choose water, but I think ultimately I would choose wind, and that goes to be with if I could have any superpower, I wish I could fly. And that's also one of the things I love the ocean and I love swimming so much is because you're suspended. It's almost like you're flying and you just can't breathe while you fly. And so
I feel like if you chose either one of those, you could create a decent pocket or something in water and go hell if you could to the water.
True. But at the same time, air, I like how air is. I would choose both. I would choose to be the Avatar. I want to bend all of them. Oh no! What was it? Okay, you remember in the show? So, water bending had blood bending. Earth bending had metal bending. Fire bending had lightning. What did air bending have? I don't think they ever approached it. But that's what if I could ask God one question, I would ask God, what the heck did the airbending have in that show?
One guy went hell deep.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He goes, if waterbenders could bend water, how come they don't see them bending oil? Or fire it's not even an element, it's just combustion. They need oxygen. And could earthbenders bend liquid metal?
That's funny. I mean, conceptually.
Alright, here's your answer. According to avatar.fandom.com. Waterbending could blood bend, healing, and spirit bend. Earthbending can...
Wait. Hold on a second. Water bending was not spirit bending. That was a totally other thing. Just throwing that out there. Wiki fandom. I could be wrong. Keep going.
To perform this technique, a waterbender encircles the spirit with a thin stream of water, which begins to glow, and the technique is taking effect. When used to change the spirit's negative energy to positive energy, the water followed by the spirit will begin to glow with golden light. Okay, so earth bending, lava bending, metal bending, and seismic sensing.
Yep.
Fire bending, lightning generation, lightning redirection. Air bending, flight, and spiritual protection.
Hold on a second. They said lightning redirection.
Yeah.
That is not a firebending technique. Okay. Uncle was like, "Hey dog, I watched these waterbenders." Was it waterbender or earthbenders? But it was because he's like he brings it in and then puts it out. He's not okay. I could also be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's not a firebender specific trait.
I never watched the episodes of Korra, so I have no idea.
Korra was great. Korra was too good for us.
I feel like this is a show that like could have gone on forever.
Oh, for sure.
Would you rather shapeshift or read minds?
I believe in privacy, so I'm gonna shapeshift.
But you could shapeshift into somebody and just like walk in and act like them and get all that information from that conversation. Like Becca's gonna go talk dirty about me, I'm gonna turn into Laura, who's her best friend, and go act like Laura and see what Becca has to say about me.
Okay, that's some shady shit, Ben.
Just saying.
That's some shady shit. You're right. I think it'd be cool to shapeshift. No. I'll read minds. Dude.
Well, you twist your arm like that. I would do the read minds and for nothing nefarious other than like I can read the minds of people who are talking to me to like be a people pleaser because I hate disappointing people because I got that my entire life from my parents, you know. Hashtag therapy. So just being able to be like, oh, I can change this about my personality or this about how I'm acting and make everything feel more comfortable. Done.
I would. So no matter which one you choose, I believe what's going to end up happening inevitably is if you choose to read minds, your life will be all about like knowing what's on people's minds, right? That'll become like your vice. And then I think if you're a shape changer, you'll never be comfortable like in any skin ever. So I think that either one of those carries a really heavy like.
Bro, I just realized what the coat reminds me of.
Oh.
Reminds me of Santa Claus.
Oh. It is Santa. It's almost his colors too, dude.
Just
Pick out some red boots and make his hair red as well, and you have Chris Pickle. What's your favorite cheesy pickup line?
Ooh, I like the. Hey, do you know how heavy a polar bear, or do you know how much a polar bear weighs? Enough to break the ice. Hi, my name is blah 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 blah. That's one of my favorites.
I think one of my favorites is because like I heard it from like the most goody two shoes guy I've ever met, like straight shooter kind of goody two shoes. He walked up to one of my other friends and he goes, "Hey, do you wash your pants in Windex? Because I can see myself in them."
Oh my god. That's great. Oh, I need a block of red.
Ooh, do you think Captain Planet would make a good drinking party?
Have you seen the Funny or Die Captain Planet? Where he's like, I don't remember what actor it is. He's like, trees, they're all trees. He starts turning everyone into trees and he's just killing people. And it's awful.
So no.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. He would be the worst drinking buddy. I mean, what's Captain Planet going to sit there and talk about, you know? No, he could be a cool dude. You know? Like, what does Captain Planet do in his off time? When he's not being Captain Planet?
I think he's stuck in a ring or 5 rings.
I think he's just chilling, dude. I think he's like, he goes to like various places on the planet and he just kicks it.
Do you think that he's like sitting at home like the Grinch kind of thing, and then like when he starts to hear the call, he's like, "Oh man, I gotta go put my pants on."
Yeah.
And he only has time to get his underwear on.
Yeah. That's so funny.
If you get drunk with a historical figure, who would it be?
I would want to get drunk with Tesla. Nikolai Tesla. Or I would want to get drunk with... I wouldn't mind getting drunk with like Albert Einstein or any famous classical musician would be cool. I mean...
Yeah, I think Beethoven would drink you under the table.
Oh, yeah, yeah, bro. All right, I'm not going to...
Here's the question. Would you get high with them or would you drink with them?
I would drink with them only because I can compose myself better when I drink. Yeah. Although, who was it? Was it Benjamin? Was it Ben Franklin who did the coffee? Who used to like get effed up on coffee? Somebody, bro. They used to get caffeine high. Have you ever gotten caffeine high before?
No.
It's
a lot of caffeine.
So scary. One time, I had an 11-shot double mocha espresso. Not espresso, or mocha. Right? Tall boy. I had no idea that there was 11 shots of espresso in there on top of it just being a mocha. It was a double chocolate mocha. It doesn't matter. I'm at a concert. I'm at Bumbershoot, and they just did a set. It was Soundcard, great show, fantastic. And I'm there with my friend and his parents. Well, his parents had bought the drink for their mom, and because she was tired, and she was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna sip on this throughout like the whole night, and I'll make it the whole time." Well, he gets the drink, gets it to her. She doesn't drink it. It's the end of the show, and we're leaving. Well, you can't leave with any drinks or anything like that. They make you throw it all out on the way out. And this is just to help with like people getting drunk and all this other stuff, right? So you're not allowed to take it out. And he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna throw it away unless someone wants to drink it." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, what is it, a mocha? Yeah, dude, put me in the game, coach. I'm so down. That sounds delicious." So I pound it. I drink the whole thing in a matter of like maybe 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, something like that. Okay. It looks like we're running still.
disconnected.
So a couple of moments pass, and like I start tapping on my sides, and then I start talking really, really fast. And by the time we get into the car, all of the caffeine from the drink has hit. And I'm literally speaking 1,000 miles a second. I'm like, my heart's beating super fast, and I get like, I start running around the car, and then inevitably what ends up happening is I crash, and I throw up, and then I crash, and I don't wake up till the next day. But like, it was terrifying. It was kind of great. It was kind of exciting. I'll never do that again. Don't ever try to get caffeine high. Like it was really scary. But I think it was Ben Franklin. What they used to do is they would hang themselves upside down, or they would drink a bunch of coffee real quick, or they would extract it and they would get like caffeine, whatever, and they would eat it real quick. Then they'd hang themselves upside down to get a blood rush, and that's what they would do to like come up with ideas. Yeah, they used to just get effed up on caffeine and then hang upside down. I might be wrong with who it actually was, though.
So you want to do that with Ben Franklin?
Yeah, dude. Let's get messed up, dude. Oh,
I think I'd either go like George Washington, just to like see what his mind frame was when like, you know, being the president of like the first president of the United States, or I'd go like hella old,
like Galileo.
Cleopatra.
Oh.
Or something like, I don't know, like I'm just interested in all that kind of history stuff. I watched a lot of like Caesar and Cleopatra like history shows, and it's all crazy on like, what they had happen to them and what they did in their lifetime. So I'm intrigued by that.
Huh. That would be really cool. Have you seen Epic Rap Battles of History?
Yes.
I love those too. My favorite is the Ben Franklin one.
If you're ever locked in a mall overnight where you have access to all the stores, what do you do first?
Also under the idea that I won't get in trouble, what I would do is I would go to oh man, I think it would be really fun to like put up a projector. Like I would find an electronics store. I would get a really really nice projector, and I would find like the greatest spot to put it inside the mall, like on the ceiling at some point or something like. I would go to Starbucks and make myself like a hot cocoa.
15 shots.
15 shots of espresso. I would get caffeine blazed, and then I think I would just try to watch movies. That's what I would do if I was locked into a mall under the guise that I'm not going to get in trouble and stuff.
Also, like if you get locked in the mall at Renton, they have a movie theater and an IMAX.
But that's not the point. See, I can do that at any point. I am not going to have any opportunity to like set up my own movie theater in like the food court.
I would probably like build a bed in the movie theater and then just get a bunch of food.
I'd be alright with that. Or if they had a Lego store or Build-A-Bear, I would build a bear. I would make the coolest Build-A-Bear. I would go off script and just build the greatest. It'd be like a little Cthulhu bear. It'd have multiple hearts and extra limbs, and that's what I would do. I would do the whole ritual thing they do too, where you have to like sing to it. Build a bear, Build a bear. I love you. I love you. And then it would just come to life.
So you'd actually like tear arms off of other bears?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. But that's just because I'm crafty and I'm messed up.
Ooh, I got a really good question. What game or movie universe would you want to live in?
I think if I were to live in a movie universe or a game universe, I'm gonna choose one for each. Like if I were to choose a movie, I would choose I would want to choose something like Harry Potter or
Changes the world. Harry Potter is the model.
I think living in a Harry Potter universe could be cool. It would either be magic, and I would just hope that I was magical, or it would be like a high fantasy futuristic kind of a setting, like iRobot. That had some cool technologies. It sucked that all the robots went crazy, but
All but one. I think high fantasy would be cool like Lord of the Rings, but then knowing my luck, I'd probably do that one.
Yeah, right.
Or Narnia.
Yeah.
Probably be like a rat.
Only like you have to be like you could, bro. We live in Narnia right now. We just don't know where the closet is. Okay, let's be real.
I mean, that same could be true for Harry Potter too.
Okay, that's fair.
We just don't know what platform 9 3/4 is.
That's fair.
Bro.
And then I think if it were a video game universe, I think that would be pretty fun, or interesting at least, would be like probably be God of War.
That's intense.
Super intense, dude. Artemis. Boy! Bring me boy! Boy!
I would probably go Lego. Just because I remember one of the first Lego games on PC, like you accidentally crashed into your neighbor, then all you gotta do is like rebuild them.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Lego would be fun. God, I used to play a Lego game, but I don't remember what it was called. It was fun though. You would like kind of build stuff and you'd zoom around and do things. But at the same time, I also played like BattleBots on PC, and you would build this little battle. It was just terrible. The game was terrible. I loved it. I loved it so much. All right. We need to start cleaning this up. Oh, I should probably put a little brown on the hills.
Unless
On a
he
sachet.
carries around a silver sword.
Oh, yellow. I'm gonna put yellow on it.
Because it's a sun sword.
Frick yeah. Well, it's in a scabbard, so like you see, there's like this is like a silver little bloop. So I'm gonna keep this black. Oops. I'm gonna keep this black, but it's not the. What's the cross? Is that part of the hilt? Cross guard? It's just cross guard? Probably just cross guard. I'm going to turn the cross guard yellow. His hilt is gray.
Ultimate question, and I will judge you for this. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Legitimately? Legitimately. Star Trek. And the only reason why I choose Star Trek, well, okay, there's two reasons I choose Star Trek. Star Trek was something that I grew up with, my mom, but also the way they do their logic. That was something that I fell in love with. I fell in love with how they would explain how some of their stuff worked. I thought that the logic behind Star Trek was much more in depth than Star Wars. And in Star Wars is amazing as a story. It's an incredible story, I think. It's a sad world. That's, you know. But I know more about Star Wars than I do Star Trek.
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge you, and here's the reason why. Because they're both great bangers.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And second of all, I'm a Star Wars person, but my mom was a Trekkie. So,
Yeah, my mom's a Trekkie too. We used to have this model of okay, so we had a model of the Millennium Falcon. Like, it was a super dope model.
yeah.
But we watched Star Trek together. My mom was a cool mom. I got really lucky with her.
I actually just finished The Next Generation.
Yeah?
Like last month. I watched it all the way through. And I'm trying to like go to the next one to like so I can watch them all just to say that I have. And I put on Enterprise, I think. And I'm so like I can't even get through the first like 5 minutes of the episode.
Oh.
It's kind of boring.
It's kind of really boring. I didn't watch any of the old. I watched like New Generation or Next Generation and like I'm really excited for, like, I want to watch Picard.
Yeah.
Because that looks really cool. But yeah.
Are you a Marvel fan or a DC fan?
DC. Both are amazing. I know. It's dumb angles.
Painting the Kinkles?
I'm painting his kinkles.
I like DC as far as their, like, I don't do comic books because my mind doesn't read comics. My mind can read manga, like I can read it backwards comic book style, but I can't read comics. The order from left to right doesn't make sense to me, but I can do the other way around. But I like DC's TV shows.
Yeah.
Like The Flash and Supergirl and all of those, but they cannot make a movie.
No.
They cannot make a movie saga stick. They had something going, and then now there's already talk about remaking it. Like they had Wonder Woman and they had Aquaman. I guess they had Superman, but they kind of ruined.
I will say, like, they're not doing a good job in making this, like, in the studio. They're doing a terrible job.
I think the biggest flaw for DC is literally all they have to do is have Superman come in and save the day.
Oh yeah, and they have to keep building these things. I'm like, well, why can't you do that?
Yeah, they're getting their butts kicked. Of course they are, because Superman's dead. Well, let's revive Superman. Okay, then you guys win.
Yeah.
Like that's the issue that they're having. Whereas each individual hero from Marvel has their own, I guess, arc and their own weaknesses and their own strengths that make it so that they're more of a team than the Justice League ever could be.
That's fair. I mean, like, the Justice League definitely suffers, like, in terms of, like, what they're fighting. Like, building a good villain for the Justice League because of Superman makes the whole thing pretty tough. However, like, they've got some fairly good bad guys. And I mean, No, I totally agree with what you're saying. I mean, Marvel does a really good job of like it's like their power levels and their like the bad guys and how they have like how they do that whole
They
spiel.
humanized them, but
Yeah.
also made them heroic.
Yeah, I mean the only ones that are like over the top in Marvel that you could even say would be like Thor.
Right, but he's also known as a god. Like,
Yeah,
But he also has his weaknesses. He's also got his ass handed to him several
yeah.
times.
He's not Superman.
Right.
Yeah,
He's humanized. There's no hammer of kryptonite to bring him down. I mean, it's just like he's got his issues. He's a person. They've done a really good job of humanizing him.
yeah. I'll completely agree with that. Black Bolt. Yeah, no Superman. So, but
Black Bolt's power. What do you mean, Fritz? Like if they get like, I think even the TV show Supergirl has done a really good job of showing her humanity.
yeah.
But even still, it's like she's got her weakness of her family. Whereas like Superman is Lois Lane, and it's Lex Luthor are his weaknesses as far as human emotions within kryptonite.
Yeah.
If you could plug into the Matrix for 1 second and learn any skill, what would it be?
Cooking.
What would you just be a master chef?
Oh yeah.
What if the lessons that were given were all by Guy Fieri?
Oh, Ben. Oh, my wig. Oh, Ben. Oh, you're so fired. Oh my God. You get 100 million points for that. I mean, wow. That was funny. If whoo and I oop. He said, if you could plug into the Matrix and learn any skill, what skill would that be? Oh, I would learn cooking. I would love to become just a master chef. That would be great. Well, what if all of the lessons were taught by Guy Fieri? You're so fucking fired, dude.
But it's only for 1 second.
It's only for one.
Like, in actual time is 1 second. Like, you have to go through all the cooking lessons and everything, like, Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. But it's Guy Fieri teaching you, like, download style.
No, dude. I'm good. I like Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri is fine, but I don't like his TV personality. I'd be fine with that. Okay.
Can you be fine with
I'd be fine with Hell's Kitchen Gordon Ramsay, okay? I think Gordon Ramsay's like one of my celebrity crushes, dude. I fucking love that dude. One of these days I would like to meet him. I think that'd be really cool.
I think I'd want to master a skill that has not been learned yet.
Really?
Yeah, like something like futuristic as far as like firmware programming or something. Like I want to become the master of that, where like I can just start building, this technology that we don't have that exists yet. So that way I could just become a millionaire or a billionaire.
That's cool. If I could download any skill in a flash of an instant, it would have to be, wow, I look sexy. It would have to be like computer programming.
Yeah. Ooh, do you have any collections?
I have collections of things, but it's not like what you would imagine. Like I don't collect normal things. Like I don't have a collection of magic cards. and I play a lot of Magic. I don't have a collection, but I have.
What does a collection consist of as far as Magic cards? Because I think if you have over like 500 cards, you have a collection of Magic cards.
I think if you have.
But you don't like showcase off something in your collection.
My collections are like seashells. That's the style of collections that I follow.
You don't know about the 3 seashells?
I know about what is it? Rock Lobster. Is it Scissors Tiger? No, it's Paper Tiger and Scissors Lizard. Those are the greatest cards ever conceived by the Magic community.
Also, people get really pissed when you like flip them down, facing down, and you like have them flip up to determine who goes first. They're not a fan of that.
Oh,
I had them for a while, and people weren't fans.
that's awesome though.
Because I would shuffle all 3 of them and then lay them down face front. Your head's in the way.
How are you?
Whoa!
You really want to know? It feels like not.
And some random video starts playing.
But I also I have I have Pokemon cards in my Magic deck.
Right.
So
I know somebody who uses energy for mana.
I'm putting in Exodia.
You're back there.
Looks like it. We have scissors here, I think.
I actually. Did you ever watch Beast Wars?
Yeah.
I think I had all of them. I think I still have all of them.
Oh, really?
I think my cousin or my nephew has them.
That's awesome.
But I do have the Beast Wars, and I love that series. I wish that they would do a remake of that series.
I would be down for a reboot of that. Ooh, you know what was a really good show back in the day? Reboot.
Never saw it.
You never watched Reboot? Oh man, it was too good for its time.
You could just leave the wig off.
I know I could, but I guess I will. We'll just go with my hair. But Reboot was pretty cool.
So I have that. I have Magic cards. Oh, I also have Star Wars Micro Machines. I had almost all of them.
That sounds familiar. Star Wars Micro
I
Machine.
still have those. They're in storage. I know that for sure.
There you go. That was a cute little vampire.
Where's a place that you've gone that you felt the most out of place?
Oh my god. There was
Fritz is probably like a hugging booth.
Where's a place that I felt most out of place? I can tell you a weird place that I felt like I was in the right place. I was at an no, Avon makeup
Okay.
or Mary Kay. My mom she was selling Mary Kay stuff. She was like, "Oh, I have to go to they're having a meeting," and I was like, "Oh, let me come with you, Mom. I want to go." And I went and like we put makeup on my face and like I was in a room with like 30 other women who were like moms or something, and like it was totally. I was the only guy there. It was totally cool.
There's a completely comfortable.
Oh yeah, it was totally fine. There's been a time where like I've been. I can't think of a. I think I've gone to a convention and been like, wow, I feel like I don't fit in here at all.
Really?
Yeah. Not because like I it's not like I didn't feel like I didn't belong, but like I just didn't like I wasn't a part of like the
I think I get what you're saying.
the thing, you know. It's like
PAX 2 years ago for me. A friend was like, I have tickets, come and use it. So I went and we walked around the convention and we were like, oh, maybe we'll go sign up for D&D. D&D was like in a small, tiny room and completely full. So we literally walked PAX all day and didn't do anything. And it felt super awkward to be there.
yeah, it's just I mean, it wasn't like someone did anything or said anything. It was just I don't know. Should I try to give him eyebrows too?
I don't know. Fritz, you think you should give him eyebrows?
Fritz, have you ever given?
Maybe we should put this to a. Hang on.
I'm gonna try and give him eyebrows.
Wait.
Oh, you're trying to do a. You want to try and do a thing? Or a poll?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while you work on a poll, I'm going to try and do eyes. I'm going to just blot them. Eyes and a mouth. I'm into helmets.
Whoa. Oh, my bad.
Oh,
We haven't been, we've been always
we've been what?
We haven't been
Studio the whole time? It's okay. Ooh, ow. Son of Odin! Mother of Thor! Alright. Oh, I'm not gonna, you guys probably aren't gonna be able to see me do that. Woo! Well, you know, we win some, we lose some. In this case,
Alright. 1 or 2. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Should Michael give him any eyebrows?
I'm gonna also try and oh my god, this is ridiculous. Oh my god.
I get like 5 votes. What's Fritz saying? Though Chris has finally the detail work on the helmets, though she was a pretty picture for eyes. You paint the whole thing black and then you paint it black. Paint black dot in one of the corners of the eyes, like when you use it inside the
Okay, you can't see this, but he looks like a clown right now.
Let's see. Hang on. Let me see if I can change some things here to make it look better. No, that just was blurry.
So
That was a rather fun.
yeah.
Huh.
His eyes are they're just so small.
Are you using the toothpick?
Oh, I'm going to, but. Bruh. He's gonna have the biggest eyes if I use the toothpick. I think I've made somewhat of a decision. Not going to do the mouth for sure. That's going away. Mouth is leaving.
You can also use the Pigma Micron 005 ink pen for eyes. What do you think is the best photograph you've ever taken?
I have a picture of my daughter that she is kind of smiling, and it is by far, I mean, I might be biased, but like that has to be the best photograph I've ever taken in my life. Like, the composition is perfect, the lighting is perfect, the freaking, I don't even know how I did it. Like, it all just came out so perfect. Is that still wet? Is this way still wet? Please don't be wet. Damn it.
I have 4 photos. I don't know what I would say was my favorite. Or my best. I had a week in school where my teacher made us only take black and white photos. And I think 2 or 3 of my best photos came from that week. One of them's my niece on a horse, and she's laying down on the horse and hugging the horse, and like it looks really good. Another one is just like of a candle, but then like the out of focus behind it is like 4 other candles that are out of focus. And then one's of my sister with her horse in the foreground and Mount Rainier showing amazingly in the background. I can decide on.
Everyone says give it eyebrows.
I mean, that's me.
That's all the Ben. That's okay. We're down to the wire. We're going to forego eyebrows. We're going to forego eyes as well. We're just going to go with the purple like we did before. we go. And we're actually, I think we have just enough time still to do a wash before that's the end of the show today. Because it is baby time for me. That's not too bad. I mean, 3 hours for a dude. And I think he looks pretty cool. I mean, I got some detail on his coat. It gets a little splotchy in some places. You know. He's got a nice little sword. So, and then we're gonna see it come to life. So, here's my dark tone. Oh, they also have a light tone. What do you think? Dark tone?
These washes.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about washes. So I've never used them before, so I'm not sure.
We're doing dark tone.
Strong tone is the best. Dark is very dry.
Strong tone. Do I have a soft tone? Oh, strong tone! I do have strong tone. You said strong tone's the best? Light is very light, useful for bone or whites.
I've never heard of washes until like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Because this is what I got out of the dark wash. Like, I'm expecting to see, like, let's see if I can, you can kind of see the dark on the gray of the base. That's what the dark wash gave me. So we're gonna do, yeah, we'll do a strong tone on this one then, because this is a dark tone. I like how dramatic it kind of gives it all of this stuff. Makes it very dramatic. So, I guess it's a strong tone. Why not? Brown tint. So the only thing it's gonna mess with, I guess, might be a little bit of the white on his cuff, but for the most part, it should be just fine. Ooh, touching my paint. Do they have a tool that shakes your like mini paint for you?
I'm sure it's pretty loud though,
Probably.
and we would probably not be able to knock any extra jokes on it. Talking to people outside.
A little bit in there. Ooh, I don't know, dude. I think we should have gone with a dark tone. Nothing's really coming up. I mean, it's looking good on his face, though. Looking really good. I like what it's doing to his face. I really like what it did to his face. For the rest of it, I'm gonna go dark. I'm going dark.
You want to grab a wet brush and whisk it off.
Ooh, that's right. I mean, it looks fantastic on his face. Like, in comparison to what I got here. Yeah, dude, it looks so good on his face. But for the red on his coat, not so much. Pick it up. Okay. That'll be fine. Yeah. I think that strong tone on his face. Beautiful. I'll probably do the strong tone on his hands too.
That's a wash.
Oh, that's a wash. Cried like a baby at the end of the fucking series, dude.
Why?
I'm like a leaf on the wind.
Oh yeah. The first time I watched it, I'd watched Serenity before I watched Firefly.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have the attachment I did to the characters the second time I watched it. So the first time I watched it, I thought it was just like whatever, and then I went through and watched it again, and then yeah, I was heartbroken. Can't see what you're painting. Blah 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 blah.
There we go. Oh shit. Oh shit. He wasn't all the way dry, guys. Guys, he wasn't all the way dry. He might look a little funny. Oh, Sam, don't wash your face.
Have you got to play anything from Avernus yet?
No. I read the... I have it on Beyond. And it's something that I want to play. Have you? Yeah?
Almost.
Oh, right. Yeah, what happened over the weekend? You were having like I'm playing a game, I'm not playing a game, I'm playing a game.
So normally I have a game on Fridays, but I'm not prepped for them. That's the pirate campaign that I was talking to you about.
Yeah.
So I canceled Friday because I'm not prepped for where they're going, and I want to make sure that we have a little bit more like time for that. So I canceled that just so I could prep.
Mm-hmm.
And then I normally have a game on Sunday, which is my World's Largest Dungeon / Kingmaker game. But the World's Largest Dungeon DM hasn't been able to run it at all, so it'd just be me DMing again. And
And I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to DM. Like I'm rotating every other week with another campaign that I'm in, which is Random Winter. Well, I'm actually playing in that one. But Amy's a school teacher, and she got sick. And one of the other players is a school teacher as well, and they don't want to get sick. So we canceled out of that because she was sick. And they're like, oh, well. And the new store, the Game Shelf, is opening up another, like, they're starting Avernus. So I was like, sweet, like, if my games cancel on Sundays, I'll go play Avernus. I get there, I start building my character, I'm looking up, like, the DM rewards that are allowed to be applied for AL and all that stuff, and I'm looking that up, and I get a message from Josh, and it's like, hey, speaking of OrcaCon, there's this meeting today.
Oh yeah.
So I immediately was like, well, I have to go because the meeting starts at the exact same time as the adventure. So 4 games I could potentially have DM/played, and I didn't get to do a single one this weekend. So
I feel it.
rolling that one on my ability to play D&D this weekend 4 times, and I'm sad about it.
I'm actually really looking. Yes, Cindy, it's still going. I lost the wig though.
I am excited for Wednesday. I get to play a game with Fritz and his wife and a couple of
Invite me.
It's Adventures League at Shane's, and the table's already waitlisted 2 people. And this is the first time I've played or will play since like season 6.
I feel it. Okay.
So we're doing tier 3, and I get to bring my broken ass diviner wizard because there's no arcane casters.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, okay, that's fine. You know. It's fair. It's not like I invited you to my home game shit on whenever the days we play.
Yeah, Saturdays. It's fun. It's cool.
It's fine. That's cool. That's cool. So.
What do you think I watched it? It gave you like a very much like my snow just got plowed into the dirt, and that's why there's a bunch of grime on the bottom of my coat because it looked like a snowy thing, and now it just looks like.
So first off, so the rocks. I mean, if you add more base color, like better base color, those rocks will pop more. But the dark wash is going to give you like all of the detail. Like you guys can see it. It looks a lot better in person. And then on the actual like character, like his let's see if I can you can kind of tell like how his face is supposed to be laid out. So it gives you that, and it just kind of gives you all of the wrinkles in the shirt. They kind of look like splotches on camera, but they've got nice wrinkles. It's good.
Cindy,
I like it.
I need you to message Amy about running Runes of Aslan because she wants to run it, but she's afraid that she'll schedule it when you and Josh can't make it. So there's that. Oh, we have a set of vampires.
Vampires, dude. I like these. Cindy, I'm keeping them. I know they're yours, but I painted them and I feel attached. I haven't named them yet.
Vlad and Strad. Oh wait, no, Vlad and Crad.
This is...
Crad.
This is... Don't you want me up there? Oh, here we go. Don't you want me? Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh. And oh. Yeah, no, I like these. These turned out great. Well, guys, I'm calling it. That is another mini down. Another mini to make you, hopefully, get you interested in painting some of your own. Maybe paint while I paint. Ask me questions. I can probably find the answers, but I'm not the most qualified one to actually teach you how to paint. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I got it done. This is a 3-hour job. I'm very proud of the way it looks. I love it. I enjoyed talking about a whole bunch of nonsense with Ben.
You did it.
We'll be back shortly after the ad. That's it. Tune in tomorrow, Cleric Talk, where we're going to talk about more stuff.
We have to talk whether or not Cindy's gonna be here.
Oh, maybe you'll be 100% Mikey. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Muggly.
Oh gosh.
I'm very glitchy. Anyways, love, peace, chicken grease. Enjoy raiding the miniatures den. This guy is amazing and fantastic. You'll love it. Deuces.